Hey, it's Marla Manelli and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to do a high contrast color correction technique and walk you through all of the challenges and placement and sectioning and everything that comes with doing a high contrast hair color. But before we move on, I wanna make sure that you like this video, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a video. So now let's go ahead and get started. So my model came in with lots of color correction needing to get done. You can see she has lots of orange pigment. She pretty much colored her hair with box dye with lots of copper and red tones. And then she even attempted to bleach her own hair underneath. So we do have a little bit of picking through to do. So what I'm gonna go in with is a high contrast technique. She would really like to get this exterior pretty blonde. And as you can see, she's attempted it to do herself at home. So I went ahead and sectioned it just right down the middle and then just took that hairline section out really nice and clean. And then I mixed up Kenra Professional Blue Powder Lightener with 1 to 2 with 30 volume developer for the new growth. And what I decided to go in with on the mids and ends where she already had previously lightened hair, I went in with Beyond Bond Lightener at a 1 to 2 mixing ratio with 20 volume developer. So the reason why I decided these two lighteners is because the blue powder has a little bit more of a pow to it versus the Beyond Bond is basically a great lightener to use when hair is a little bit more compromised and it has a bond builder built into it, but it has inner and outer bond technology, which it's amazing. And I'm not gonna have to worry too much about the lightener over processing and further causing damage. So you can see here in this back section, I basically am applying the lightener right onto that root area first and bringing it down to where that previously lightened hair existed. And that's where I'm blending in that Beyond Bond is right where that lightener line starts. So what you can see here is I'm just flat wrapping, and I'm even on some of the pieces utilizing my comb to brush or comb down the lightener into the lightened creases. So I hope that makes sense. And then I'm just continuing to flat wrap until the entire section is completely in a foil. And the reason why I'm doing foil as well is because it is a heat conductor, and this is also going to allow for a nice even lift versus just putting it open air. Plus I am going to be putting in a color throughout the rest of her hair once these are all in foils, so this is just going to help me keep it nice and separated and super clean, because when you're doing a high contrast look, you want to be as organized as possible when you're doing your application. So this might seem like a lot of work, but I promise it'll be worth it in the end. So once I get all of the back section completely applied, I'm now going to work on the side and then the front. So I'm actually just separating this into two completely different sections. I'm actually fixing her mask so that way I can get as close as possible for those little baby hairs there, just crisscrossing those little strings. And getting the lightener again right on that root, so starting with the blue powder lightener, and I'm going in more diagonally here so that way I just have a little bit more room when I get ready to put my color on the interior. So she still has some blonding going on, so I am still going to be using the foil and then blending it into the Beyond Bond lightener. So a quick tip here is make sure that you are taking really thin sections when you're doing this application. You're going to get a very even lift and you're going to be able to saturate the product properly when doing this flat wrap technique. So one of the things that you'll notice is that I'm taking the lightener right onto the scalp. So I just really want to make sure that I don't miss any of the hairs. So even though not all of the foil may not fit into the foil, especially on the hairline, just get that lightener right on to the scalp and make sure you saturate all of the hairline. Otherwise, you're gonna have little blotchy spots around that hairline. So once you're done actually applying all of this, you're gonna wanna make one more double check to make sure you got the entire hairline, and just be as clean as possible when you're applying right where either the hairline is meeting or any of your sections. So that way, again, you have a nice even lift and a crisp line going on. So now I'm working on the front top section here, and I'm just gonna go in horizontally. If for whatever reason you feel like you need to split this in half, you totally can. But I just found with my client, she has a pretty petite face, so this just going in horizontally worked for us. So I'm still taking that Blue Powder Lightener right onto the scalp and then blending it into my Beyond Bond Lightener, and then just finish completing this entire section. And then once we got all of this foils put in, I'm gonna get ready to go in with a demi-permanent shade. So I am working with compromised hair, and I decided that demi-permanent was probably gonna be the best option for her versus using a permanent hair color. So everybody's gonna be different. It's a case-by-case scenario. You could even go in and do a strand test if you really wanted to. But I was pretty confident with the texture of her hair and her telling me her hair history. And also she was very flexible with knowing that we were going to get her as blonde as possible, but not promising her we were going to get her to a platinum blonde or anything. It was more of, let's see how far we can lift your hair, and then we'll decide on a toner from there. So overall, she was pretty comfortable with knowing that we may or may not get her to a level 9-10, and you're actually going to see the end result of what level we actually got her to, which I was pretty pleased with and we were both okay with. So I mixed up demi-permanent for ash at a 1:2 mixing ratio with 9 volume developer, and I'm just applying it from roots all the way down to the end, starting in the back and working my way up. Again, this is just to keep the application nice and clean, so anytime you want the hair to live off of the client's face, you're going to start in the back and work your way up. So I'm just taking pretty good sized sections and just making sure to thoroughly saturate, working my product all the way through. Now, one thing you'll know here is that you can see she has lots of blonding still going on, and I kind of broke my own rule here without filling the hair. So generally, if you're coloring the hair 2 levels or more darker, you should go in with a filler. And what I did find on her final end result is that she still had some little bit of highs and lows going on, but again, we were overall pretty pleased. But if you want to make sure it's a nice saturated finish, I would go in with the filler formula. So for her final toner, I went in with demi-permanent of 7 SM and 8 VM, and the reason why I chose that formulation was because I needed the lightest, or rather the darkest level of blue base and violet base possible, because she only lifted to about a 7-ish, 8, mostly 7s on her hair, and it was because of all that box dye going on. So we thought that in order to get the coolest tone possible, the SM and the VM would do the best job. So I just processed her at the bowl for 20 minutes at room temperature, and there was a little more color correction needed to be done, but this is what we could do the best in the time frame we had. And here's the final result of our high contrast color technique using all Kenra color. So just to give you a little recap, I went in with Kenra Professional Blue Powder Lightener 1:2 with 30 volume developer and blended that into Beyond Bond 1:2 with 20 volume developer. And then for all the hair that was left out, we used 4 ash in demi-permanent at a 1:2 mixing ratio with 9 volume developer. And then for her final toner, I went in with 7 SM and 8 VM, 1:2 with 9 volume developer, and processed it for 20 minutes. I really hope you enjoyed this hair tutorial. If you did, make sure to comment down below what your favorite part of this hair tutorial was and what your aha moment was. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you want to see more content like this. And you can find me on a bunch of other social channels on Instagram,
YouTube, because we're on YouTube, TikTok, all under Morella Manelli. And I'm actually on Clubhouse too, you guys, so go check me out on there. It's a chance for you to go speak to me one-on-one. And I just launched a podcast called Hair B&B, where I talk all about hair, beauty, and business. And it's available on all streaming platforms, so make sure to check me out on there. And I will see you guys next time.